Welcome back to Campfire Whispers, your daily fix of horror stories, unsolved mysteries, and straight-up unbelievable content. My name is Eki, and today I'm sharing a story called My Sister's Ghost. Tara disappeared when she was 8 years old, swallowed whole by the frozen lake behind her grandfather's cabin in northern Maine. It was a quiet winter day, the sky heavy with snow, the silence of the forest broken only by the soft crunch of boots and the creaking moan of the wind. She had wandered out onto the lake before anyone could stop her, braver than her older sister, Maya, who lingered by the dock, too nervous to step on the ice. Tara had laughed as her reflection shimmered below her feet, tapping at it like it might tap back. Then came the crack. Not a scream, not a struggle, just a single, sharp sound like the splitting of glass. And she was gone, just like that. Divers searched for days, but the lake had currents that ran deep and wild. They said she must have been swept into one of the underwater caves. But no body was ever found. No trace. Just a pink mitten and a locket that bobbed to the surface hours later. The family fractured. Tara's parents drowned their sorrow in silence. Maya was left alone with the memory of a vanishing act that never truly ended. Because sometimes, even after the cabin was shuttered and the family returned to their lives, she heard Tara knock. Years passed. The child who had watched her sister vanish became a woman haunted by memories too vivid to fade. Maya began to see Tara in mirrors, reflections, window panes, places where glass should show only truth. The vision started softly, a shape behind her, a face that didn't belong. Then whispers, knocks. Doctors called it trauma response. They gave her medication, therapy, diagnoses. Nothing helped. At 16, Maya was admitted to a psychiatric facility for self-harming behaviors brought on, allegedly, by survivor's guilt. She stopped talking about Tara after that, learning it only made things worse. But the ghost of her sister never left. A decade later, grief had hardened into something colder. Both parents were gone, taken by a drunk driver one snowy November night. Their deaths left Maya the sole heir to the long-abandoned cabin. She hadn't stepped foot near that place since the accident, but the knocking returned. It started on her birthday. 3 gentle raps on glass wood walls. Always 3. Then a whisper, barely audible, threading its way through the night like a lullaby. Come back. Soon, she began finding puddles in the hallway. Foggy handprints on mirrors she hadn't touched. And once, etched in frost across her bathroom mirror, were the words, "Under the ice." She resisted at first, but something stronger than memory, some deep thread of guilt and recognition, tugged at her, pulling her back toward the forest, the lake, the place where time had frozen still. The cabin hadn't changed. The same cedar smell lingered in the air, mingled now with decay. Her childhood drawings still hung on the wall, faded and brittle. One had been crudely scratched out. 2 stick figures near a lake, one erased with violent strokes. The lake itself lay still, a massive expanse of ice reflecting the darkening sky. The forest seemed to lean inward, closing in like hands around a secret. Maya built a fire that night and unpacked only essentials. Her old sleeping bag, a lantern, matches, and Tara's locket, still rusted but intact. She sat by the hearth in silence, trying not to think, trying not to listen for sounds that had haunted her dreams. But sleep came eventually, and with it, so did Tara. She woke to knocking. Not from the door, not the window. It came from a mirror above the old vanity. 3 crisp taps. The lantern flickered. Her breath fogged the air. And there, in the mirror, stood Tara, pale, soaked, eyes wide and glassy. She was smiling. The mirror fogged from the inside. A message appeared slowly, scrawled in breath or something darker. Under the ice. Then Tara's mouth moved, slow and unnatural. No sound came from her lips, but the words echoed in Maya's head, loud and clear. Come with me. Without fully understanding how, Maya found herself at the lake. She wasn't dressed for the cold, but she didn't feel it. She stepped onto the ice barefoot, her soles red against the blue sheen. Tara stood below the surface, eyes locked upward. Her hand rose slowly, pressing against the ice from beneath. Maya knelt. Her own palm met Tara's through the frozen pain. Cold stabbed through her arm like fire. She couldn't pull away. Then Tara mouthed something again. "We are the same now." The ice cracked, a spiderweb fracture running beneath Maya's knees. Darkness yawned beneath her, and the world fell away. She awoke in the cabin. The fire blazed strong. Her sleeping bag was soaked. Her socks were missing, and her skin was ice-burned. The mirror above the vanity had shattered inward, splintering into jagged shards. Each shard reflected a different version of her sister, some smiling, some crying, one screaming silently. In the largest piece, Maya saw more than just Tara. Children, pale, thin, and wet. They stood behind her, dozens of them, with mouths sewn shut by black thread. The air turned bitter, and the wind outside howled like laughter. She left the cabin in daylight, but something followed. At home, mirrors refused to show her image. Instead, they showed Tara's. Her reflection smiled when she didn't, blinked at the wrong time. Sometimes it lingered after Maya had moved away, frozen in the glass like a mannequin left behind. She tried to cover the mirrors. They shattered, all of them, at once. People began to notice. Co-workers said she was wrong somehow, that her eyes seemed darker than they remembered. Her voice would dip mid-sentence, then recover like a scratched record. Her girlfriend left after claiming Maya whispered in her sleep in two voices, one of them not human. She tried to seek help again, but therapists avoided her eyes. A priest she visited fainted in the middle of a blessing. Maya started waking up with her hair damp, her floors wet. The puddles led from her bathroom mirror to her bed. The knocking was constant now. Then came the day she looked into her mirror and didn't see herself at all. Only Tara, and behind Tara, something else. A shape that didn't move, didn't blink, just stared. Reflections, Maya now understood, were never just images. They were veils, thin ones, and some things knew how to cross. She was no longer sure she belonged on this side anymore. Soon, she feared she would cross without realizing it. The last journal entry she ever wrote was brief. She didn't drown. She changed, and now she wants me back. They say the cabin is still there, abandoned. Mirrors inside covered in frost, even in summer. Locals won't go near the lake. On cold nights, hikers sometimes hear the ice crack. And if they look toward the lake at the wrong moment, they swear they see two little girls holding hands just beneath the surface, smiling, waiting. If you enjoyed this story, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Join me next time for more unbelievable tales on Campfire Whispers.